So, we're diving into something pretty profound today: karma yoga. It's this ancient idea about finding peace, right? But here's the twist: it's not about escaping your crazy busy life. Nope, it's about totally transforming how you show up for it. Okay, be honest. That to-do list you've got, is it a source of stress or is it a source of strength? I mean, we all have them, right? The meetings, the chores, the deadlines, it feels endless. But what if, and this is a big what if, every single one of those tasks could actually be a path to peace instead of anxiety? That right there is the heart of karma yoga. All right, first up, the burden of action. Yeah, we're starting with something we all get. That feeling that our duties are just this chaotic mess we're trying to push through. A lot of us think that finding peace means you have to quit the chaos, right? Just drop everything and run for the hills. But the Gita says, The real secret, the real peace, is found by doing your duty, but without losing your center. It's about finding the calm in the storm, not running from it. So let's talk about turning work as worship. Where did this incredible idea even come from? Well, it all goes back to a legendary conversation between a warrior, Arjuna, and the divine. So here's the question from the warrior Arjuna himself. If knowledge is higher, why must I act? And doesn't that just hit home? It's the question we ask ourselves all the time. If the whole point is to be wise and peaceful, why do I have to get bogged down with all this stuff? Why all the action? And Krishna's answer is an absolute game changer. He says, action is not your enemy. Attachment is. Whoa, think about that. The problem isn't the job, or the kids, or the project. The real thing that stresses us out is being so attached to the result, the money, the good job, the win. So the key is to act with love, not with greed. When you do that, your work becomes a form of worship, and suddenly the whole world, your whole life, becomes a temple. It's about shifting from what's in it for me to how can I offer this? So what is karma yoga, really? Here it is. It's the path of selfless action. It's the art of doing your duty with your whole heart, your full attention, your complete devotion, and then letting go of the results. It's freedom in the action, not freedom from it. Okay, now we're going to get a little mystical and look at this through a totally different lens. Let's talk about the creator's energy and how numerology plays into all of this. So it turns out that all these teachings on karma yoga, they're mostly in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And in numerology, that's no accident. The number 3 itself is just buzzing with this special creative energy. Yeah, the energy of the number 3 is all about creativity and flow. It's the energy of a creator, right? It's about expressing what's inside you and giving it shape. So when you're doing karma yoga, you're basically plugging right into that divine creative flow. Your work becomes pure, joyful expression. And here's a powerful affirmation you can use every single day. Through every action, I express divine grace. Just imagine saying that before you dive into a task. It completely changes things, doesn't it? It's not a chore anymore. It's a chance to channel something amazing. Okay, so this philosophy is beautiful. But how does karma yoga work today? In our actual lives? Let's get practical and look at a couple of real-world examples. Let's look at a stock trader. An attached trader, their focus is all on profit and loss. Their emotions, fear and greed. It's a total roller coaster. But a karma yogi trader, their focus is on the discipline, the rhythm of the work itself. They stay centered no matter what the market is doing. Their job becomes a form of meditation. Or how about a mother's meditation? Picture a mom managing both her home and her work. She serves without complaint, and that love itself, the love she pours into everything she does, becomes a form of meditation. That is pure karma yoga right there. So if you want to bring this amazing sense of flow into your own life, let's look at a powerful tool you can use. Let's talk about a mantra for flow. Okay, this is probably one of the most famous, most powerful verses from the Gita. It's Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachina. Just take a second to let that sink in. So what does it mean? It translates to, your right is to action, not to the fruits of action. Simply put, you have a right to your work, to your effort, but you have absolutely no right to the results. It's about focusing on what you can control and letting go of the rest. You want to try it? Let's do it together. First, just take a nice, deep breath. Now let's chant this together 3 times. You can say it out loud or just in your mind. Ready? Karmanye vadikraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Good. Again. Karmanye vadikraste ma phaleshu kadachana. And one last time. Karmanye vadikraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Now just breathe for a second. Feel that energy centering right in your heart. And hey, if you want an even simpler tool for focus, there's something called a switch word. When you find yourself procrastinating, just chant this softly. Do now success. It's like a little hack for your brain to help you get moving without all that resistance. So, as we wrap this up, I've got a question for you, a little challenge. What one obligation, just one thing, will you transform into an offering this week? Maybe it's a boring report. Maybe it's doing the dishes. Whatever it is, do it with your whole heart as an act of love and see what happens.